Alright. It is time for iCast, your freaking awesome replays. The challenge is, of course, you can't build here. And it has to be said in that annoying voice, the same way a worker says it when they're blocking their opponent's base. Because that was the challenge. Block your opponent's buildings wherever you can, at every turn. Love, good luck, have fun. May the force be with you, you Jedi. Wow, this player's annoying. Up here in the top right, ignoring their opponents so far, it is Krusty Disage. Krusty, oh, it's Krusty. Is this the Krusty Discharge player? They made another account? You guys remember I cast someone called Krusty Discharge. Is this Krusty Discharge's other account? Jesus Christ, am I gonna have to cast another entire game of someone called Krusty Discharge? Down here at the bottom left-hand side in the blue, representing NRFMS, it is Matriarchy. The force is strong with you. I hope you use it wisely. Well, I think I'm pretty sure it's Krusty Discharge that sent this replay in. But yeah, well, I'll start by stealing your gas and being an absolute bloody nuisance. A second probe comes in. Oh, it is a cannon rush. Okay, it is a cannon rush. SCV scouted it, but Matriarchy has got to put a bunker down very quickly. And the problem is, I think, oh man, barracks is 9 seconds. That's only 4 seconds away. Cannons could get up before any bunker could even start. I don't know what the difference in build time is. Oh, whoa, double gas steal, Matriarchy with a big play, which only matters if you don't lose everything at the front to the bloody cannons. You're gonna pull SCVs now? Oh, no, you're gonna go. That cannon's walled off though, what are we doing? Oh, Matriarchy wants to stop the Krusty Discharge probe from getting up. Oh no, the other one. Okay, the other one does get blocked. Marine's gonna come out. We've all seen this before. Watch this Marine walk into the cannons. We've seen top Grandmaster Terran players consistently walk their Marines into cannons and get them killed. You gotta move that Marine down. You can't let him build cannons on the high ground. SCV comes back and dies. Is he actually gonna let him put down cannons? Puts down another pylon. Oh, he traps himself. That's a bit of a mistake. Those Marines could kill these probes, I think. Oh, the probe comes forward. No, what's the Marines? Oh no, these Marines are in trouble. They get that probe in the back. This is a problem. Supply block this Matriarchy. Matriarchy has 2 Marines. It's shooting a pylon right now. You just shoot the cannons. You drunk Gronk. I think it's, wow, look, you stole gases. That's cool. You gotta fucking take out the cannons. They kill stuff, mate. Your new barracks is building in range of it. Oh, if he clicks it, I think he can just get it. 3 Marines is enough, just barely. Still supply blocked, still hasn't started building depots. Matriarchy is having what we call a moment. And that is when you're in the StarCraft game and you're winning, but then your fucking hand on your keyboard just freezes and you're like, press buttons, and you're looking at it and you're just freaking the hell out and you're going, shit. Okay, there we go. Some depots have gone down. Looks like the high ground vision will be gone. There's a gateway on the front and a nexus behind it. Okay, Krusty Discharge says, you know what? I do need gas. Let's take it on me natural. Even though this only has 85 hit points and that one only has 100 and you could kill them both with probes in a couple of seconds, why not? Okay. What can I say, guys? Krusty Discharge is very rarely self-aware and apparently they don't have that much IQ. Even though there's a lot of surface area with Krusty Discharge, it doesn't work the way a Cerebellum does. It's a little bit different. It basically just means there's more area for bacteria to cling to. Doesn't actually add to the overall processing power of said discharge. And as a result, does lose control of this area. It's going to try and probe up that natural. Cannons are going up there. Got a gateway at home. Did cancel the gateway down here. And what is this? A tank. 2 Marines building at a time now. We've seen in a lot of Florencio games, players always go across with a handful of Marines and tanks, and they walk into a Tempest. But this Protoss player, Krusty Discharge, doesn't really have anything, and this push could actually do quite well. Funnily enough, there's nothing blocking that point. If some Reapers built, they could have jumped in, and there'd be nothing to deal with them. As it is, the problem is the cannons have the high ground. So even if you siege the low ground, you're going to need to scan or run units up into range of those cannons in order to actually do anything, which is quite obviously problematic. Now, what the hell? Where's Matriarchy's money? Matriarchy, yeah, I guess lost quite a bit of mining. Still doesn't have a command center. This push really needs to slow the opponent down. There's almost no gas for Krusty Discharge. Look at this beautiful formation. Oh my god, is this that movie Zulu? Is that a Michael Caine photon cannon there? Holy shit, that's strategy. I like that one. We're going to run in single file one at a time and count the opponents rather than fighting them. Yeah. That was a classic film reference for anyone who's under 63. You wouldn't have got that one. Remember watching that movie as a kiddo? It's pretty wild. It was the colonial 19th century version of Black Hawk Down. Is, I guess, how I would describe that for the more modern generation. Yeah, okay. Well, this, I don't know if, are we actually floating this all the way? We are, okay. He won't have an answer by then. Nah, it'll be fine. We'll just fucking float a barracks. I always talk about this because, like, in early StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, we'd always have situations like this where you'd see a problem, you'd identify it on the other side of the map, and you'd start building the answer to it then with zero thought of the fact that the situation may have dynamically evolved by the time something like floating a barracks, the slowest fucking thing in the game, across the map. Maybe the situation may have evolved by the time it's like, I mean, the macro is not bad. There's a command center, there's turrets in case there's DTs, there's more barracks, but it's gonna float that. Oh no, get back. What are you guys doing? Stop trying to fight cannons, you little spazzos. Oh my God, Matriarchy doesn't know what hold position is. Oh no. By the way, oh my God, Photon overcharge versus 2 siege tanks. Can they get through it at all? No, they're unable to. They're unable, they don't have attack upgrades. That cannon's just chilling. The pylon is, funnily enough, gonna die to the splash damage. And these zealots are just chilling. So, as Matriarchy, I wonder if at some point here you go, maybe, just maybe, it's not a good idea to be rallying one Marine across the map. Oh my God, when charge kicks in, this is gonna be the most brutal effing. Now, you've just seen a ton of zealots. That's the point where most players would move away. Matriarchy says, nah, get fucked. I'll take you down, you patriarchal protoss. You absolute poo-poo head. You penultimate. Fuck, I've run out of P words. Shit. Sorry, guys, my brain ain't good. First cast of the day. You guys got to give me a freebie on that one. Other units running across. These zealots are making marine sushi out of them. Ooh, my favorite sort of sushi. I like it. I like a nice rare marine steak. It's my fave. Oh my God, the probes just took out those Marines. They were so wounded, they dropped in the middle, and the probes fucked them up. Now, it's okay, Matriarchy's gonna build bunkers on top of the assaulting zealots. I love when people start a wall on top of their... It's like when someone has, like, Colossus in their base, and they try to build spine crawlers on the Colossus. And I'm like, I think they're closer to your base than you realize. Oh my God, this poor Terran player. This was only zealots. There wasn't really any tech or anything other than the charge zealots and the +1. I guess there was DTs as well. Nah, if Matriarchy had pulled back and actually used that barracks to build a reactor, got up a Marine count, maybe this could have been an okay, potentially. Done a bit of medevac harass, but not much else. As it is, zealots are going to have an absolute party, mate. These +1 zealots hold position. SCVs say, you're wearing the wrong shoes, mate. And look at that. Holy shit. The SCV, non-violent protesters, actually hold back the wall of absolute psychotic zealots. The zealots are going to go hold position on the natural. They say, you can't build here. And Matriarchy, I think you might be dead though. So what do we got? Stim, shields, tanks, libs, bio. And look how long they take to kill one zealot. That's sad. 2 stalkers do walk in. That's what we call a pro-gamer move. Strategy's almost as crusty as his discharge here, but you know what isn't crusty? What's smooth and powerful? A bunch of DTs coming in the base, and even with the scan, they still kill the siege tank. This one's like, lol, I'm just gonna hold position. Your scan run out, you dickhead. Haha, you can't land here. Haha. They do scan again and take him out, but there's a third base behind this crusty discharge, of course, just hanging out, having a good time. As you do. Discharging the Terran from this game. It's going to be... this is a pretty crusty looking Terran base, isn't it? 15 SCVs. He's like, I need to build a missile turret. I'm still in this. Not sure if you are, mate. And okay, sticking to the challenge is our Protoss player. Crusty Discharge is like, okay, he got a natural. Let's make sure he doesn't get a third. Comes down and just puts a little pylon there. For those who don't know, the reason, there is actually a law reason. Command centers can't land on a pylon. Notice that's pointy. So I'm not saying I was ever one of those kids who put a thumbtack on my teacher's chair in class back in primary school, but I'm saying there's a reason why if the teacher ever did accidentally sit on it, they would be fucking mad. Same thing with the command center, can't land on a pylon. TVZ, on the other hand, makes no fucking sense. A burrowed zergling, if anyone can explain why a burrowed zergling, like, I'm sorry, are the criminal terrans, like, oh shit, that's a full medevac flies over cannons. But do they have like this super anal level, like German surveyors? They're like, no, nein, sir, the foundations have slight discrepancies. We've done the machine, it sends the vibrations through the earth, and the seismic readings come back as there being a slightly unstable chunk burrowed into the ground here. We cannot land it. It's like, no. Come on, let's face it. All of Terran is descended from people from, I don't know, Alabama or some shit like that, Mississippi or something. They're all like, yeah, you're fucking laying it. I think that was more of like an Idaho chicken farmer from fucking, what's his name? Napoleon Dynamite accent? Accent. We call that farmer gibberish, pig. Farmer gibberish. I don't think it's called an accent. But anyways, good shit. I think Matriarchy may be accepting the fact that right now Crusty Discharge is slowly destroying him. No? Is building a Raven and more Marines? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I've got a chance, man. Got a chance. Did see a third base up there. No, not gonna give up yet. Okay, the Marines coming over. Crusty Discharge doing super efficient attacks. Everyone knows that going into their main base when they're on one base and warping in 4 zealots on their army maneuver, that's one of the best ones. I've seen stats do that at least minus 17 times. Each minus is for each time I've dreamed it happened, but it didn't actually happen in reality. If anyone's wondering, yes, my way of counting is similar to how Florencio chooses his strategies. It may involve a crystal ball and a whole lot of hallucinogenic drugs. Anyways, what prism up there? Armor on the way. Robo Bay. Do probes collect minerals faster now? Oh my. I don't think this one realizes exactly what the heck is happening. No! It's like, you got cannon rushed, mate. You've been on one base against a 2 or 3 base protoss this whole time. It's like, wow, yeah, but still. It's like, no, not but still. Why are we attacking 2 zealots at a time, Crusty Discharge? Is Crusty Discharge just stopped making army? He's just making tons of gases and pylons everywhere. Okay, Crusty Discharge. I don't know. Wait, is this a doom drop? Is this a 12-minute doom drop of 11 Marines and a Raven? 10 goats? 2 base? Can you not? This Terran can't count. 5 minutes? It's a game timer right there. Are you fucking drunk, mate? I think honestly, in Matriarchy's mind, the moment when he sieged the tanks on the low ground and the moment the barracks arrived are the same moment in time. I think in Matriarchy's mind, Matriarchy came, sieged the tanks, was like, cool, shit, I need high ground vision. And then like just went to black, and then the barracks just somehow appeared here and was like, no time. It took you 5 minutes to float a barracks across the map while they were fucking probing and building gateways and making charge. Like, what do you think was happening in that time? Like, nah, you just instantaneously had like 10 gateways and there was like so many zealots. Like, it's like the fucking chalkboard numbers, fucking meme, the fucking thing, like a fucking pi, got to take that, divide it by X. Inability to understand what's happening in the fucking game of StarCraft. The collection rate -3 harvesters, depending on doubling up worker efficiency, close versus far patches, minerals mining out. This guy's doing 17-dimensional fucking mathematics equations. His opponent's like, I built some units and I attack moved some zealots, you fucking donkey. It's 30, you had 6 zealots when I pushed, take 6 minutes. When you were on 2 base, it's 4 minutes. Ooh. Now, I always talk about people, it's important to really build the habit of pressing rewind at the end of a replay. Now, why is it important? It's because what you're doing is you go in there with what you thought happened in the game, and then you compare that to actually looking objectively at what actually happened. And you just try and close the distance between the two concepts. That's what we call developing game sense. It's where you take your impression of what happened in a fast-paced action-packed game of StarCraft, and you fucking combine that with reality. And usually you realize there's a big fuck-off difference between the two. The matriarchy, though, is like, nah, it's... Honestly, I just think it's the protoss wage gap. I was on 2 base, but those probes were doing the same job, and they were getting paid at least 30% more. I'm like, yeah, that's not actually how it works. Matriarchy's like, don't you mansplain to me, protoss player. I think I understand when there are 32 probes and 2 bases at 16 probes and you make 16 zealots with charge. I think you get the fuck out of here with your fucking zealots. I think at the end of the day, we just have to accept the fact that Krusty Discharge was clearly the superior strategic player, built cannons in their opponent's base, took them to Dicktown. That's just the way, because that's what Krusty Discharge tends to do, Jesus Christ. Can we just once again, by the way, let's quickly fact check some of these claims, shall we? Shall we quickly fact check some of these claims? Let's go back in this replay a little bit. Okay, so one of the claims was that at 4 minutes you were on 2 base, despite doing a cannon rush. So let's go to 4 minutes. Pretty much had an expansion finished. Keep in mind, hadn't mined a single bit of gas because you double gas stole and put yourself way behind. So you literally forced your opponent to expand as quickly as possible because they couldn't do anything. And then it was how at 6 minutes can you on 2 base, 32 probes, get 16 zealots and 10 gateways? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so let's check 6 minutes. This is my favorite part. So Terran arrives at 4 minutes 40. Real early push. Cool. Okay, I'm not sure what we call that push. Drunk as fuck might be it. And this is the moment where Matriarchy's brain just switches off. Blinks to black. It's like, no time has passed, no time has passed, no time has passed, no time has passed. It's like, do you know how long it takes to float a fucking barracks across the map? The greatest thing is I was like, well, how could you make 32 probes in 16 zealots off 10 gates at the 6 minute mark? Fact check, at 6:30 there's only 4 gates. Charge is not done until past 7 minutes. There is a good number of zealots. That is 16 zealots. There's literally bloody heck all else. And yeah, I mean, it's Legacy of the Void. This isn't Wings of Liberty, mate. Of course you can get 16 zealots at the 6 minute mark. You have a giant fucking army. What was so great as well is that it's like, at no point did it dawn on Matriarchy. This push from, was it 2 minutes and 20 seconds earlier, has added -2 Marines. I think it was 8 Marines when they first pushed. It's added 1 tank and a medevac and a floating barracks. It's the only thing that's been added in 2 minutes on your opponent's doorstep. This is like going to your opposing gang member's house, smacking on their door in the middle of the night and going, I'm here, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. And then you just wait for like 2 hours as all their cousins and other gang members drive in, get out of their cars, like open their boots, take out trolley poles, some of them putting on iron knuckles, and you're just standing there on your own. You're like, this is going to go well for me. Amazing strategic thought there from Matriarchy. Honestly, I am impressed. I am blown away. GG, well played. Matriarchy, I'm not even giving credit to Krusty Discharge. It's your opponent who's the absolute magician in that game. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That was, I believe, a diamond, a low diamond, high plat game, guys. Great one. Thank you very much. I do want to say a big thanks to everyone who's been supporting the Patreon. We've recently revamped the Patreon due to YouTube absolutely fisting our ad revenue for absolutely no reason. They are claiming every view for over a month straight was bots, and they keep doing it. And every time we contact, they're like, no, they were all bots. I'm like, oh, all 400,000 views in that month were fake views. They're like, yes. But despite that, I want to say a massive thanks to everyone who's hopped on, and we've had a huge outpouring of people who are already supporting the Patreon even beforehand. We've added some recent tiers. We're going to get our first Bacon Arcade stream going and a few other things. So I want to say a massive thanks to every single one of you who's been supporting. It's been a massive show of support. If you guys do want to go above and beyond to make sure we can keep doing the content, please do check out the Patreon in the description below. And of course, a special shout out to Maxan for riding the D-Town Express and Vivek for literally impregnating our stream with a Leviathan load of virile passion. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.